Hello friends, it's good to be back, and I'm so glad to bring to a conclusion the series on conflict in relationship and marriage that I started with you in the past few episodes that we've been considering. Now, it's not just enough to talk about what conflict is and what conflict is not, and the causes of conflict without talking about how to resolve conflict. Since we have established earlier on that conflict is inevitable, so in this closing episode of this series, I want to show you a few things you can do in resolving conflict. Number one, acknowledge, accept, and adjust to your differences. We've established that we have personality differences, sex and gender differences, different level of maturity, and the likes. These issues are critical in your relationship, and if you must have peace of mind, because conflicts are inevitable, but it can either bring oneness or isolation. If you must go towards the paradigm of oneness, allowing conflict to make you guys more and more into each other, then you must do this. You must acknowledge, you must accept, and you must adjust to your individual differences. Number two is what I call the need to overcome self-centeredness. If your relationship is all about self, about me, I, and I, then your relationship is not going to come out well. So what am I trying to say? If you must overcome conflict, if you must resolve conflict, because I told you earlier on in previous episode that conflicts are resolvable. But if you don't resolve them, they become bigger and get out of hand and bring in unreconcilable differences, But to avoid that, you must also know that there is need to deal with self-centeredness. If you don't deal with self-centeredness, you can't resolve conflict. So willingness to give up your will for others or for your partner. Now, number three thing that I will encourage you to do is to make peace your priority. Remember this, progress is not made in a chaotic atmosphere. So for you to have progress in your individual life and as a couple, there's need for peace. So you need to come to the table and say, sweetheart, babe, boo, we need to make peace priority. And the best time to do this is when you are not having conflict, because a soldier does not prepare in the time of war. A soldier prepares in the time of peace. So make peace your priority. And the final thing I would like to talk about in resolving conflict is what I called confront lovingly, what I called balanced consideration. In technical terms, we call it interpersonal effectiveness. So what am I trying to say? We are not saying you should sweep issues under the carpet. We are not saying you should look at the other side and not address the issue. But we are saying the way and manner you communicate your differences or your grievances matters a lot. So before you go, or before I go, or before I let you go, I want to give you 4 things, an acronym in dealing with this, in bringing interpersonal effectiveness to the table to enable conflict resolution. I call it GIVE. G-I-V-E. G means gentleness. That is, be gentle. Don't attack, don't threaten, don't judge, even as you present your own side of the issue. The next one is I, which means interest. That is, there's need for you to show interest, genuine interest in what your partner is saying by listening with rapt attention, because when you give a listening ear to your partner, it shows the person that you are indeed interested in what the person is saying. And the next one is V, which is validate, which means acknowledge your partner's thoughts and feelings. Every one of us are entitled to our own opinion. And you see, whatever opinion we hold about an issue, we influence the way we feel. And how we feel will influence how we behave and our outcome. And finally, you need to also be easy. That's E, easy. What am I trying to say? Try to have an easy attitude, even as you go about resolving your conflict or misunderstanding. Smile, be light-hearted. Life is not hard, bro, sis. Laugh it out, smile, be light-hearted with your fiancé, with your partner, with your spouse, and you see your issues resolved. I leave you with this closing remark. Don't win the battle and lose the war. Until I come your way next time today on Love Boulevard, remain peaceful and remain calm. Be calming down. Love you.